And now, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rimes.
All right, welcome to the show. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. Greatly appreciate everybody reaching out to the program, all of our folks that are supporting the program and doing deals with us. We've got multiple deals in the pipeline right now, so we greatly appreciate that. Reaching out to the show and supporting the local economy by supporting the Consumer Quarterback Show and all of our expert contributors. We've got Daniel White back in studio with us. He's our insurance expert contributor, all things insurance related. We're going to jump into that. Also, kind of a case study, you know, what happens when you don't have permits on property? Sometimes that happens. I had a couple of those happen here recently. So we're going to ask him, can that hold up deals? How does the insurance underwriters look at that? Also, we're both involved with Will's Way Foundation, Captain Will and his awesome foundation helping out, hurricane victims from last year and continuing that mantra into the future. And also coming up, Ron Fuller joins us as well, Tri-County Metals, another one of our expert contributors on the program. Quick shout out to our friends at Brio Tuscan Grill, the official Tampa restaurant partner for the Consumer Quarterback Show. That's Hillsborough County here. Brio Tuscan Grill, International Plaza Mall, excellent food, wonderful ambiance. They have a very friendly wait staff there. Excellent chef. Oscar Ramirez does a great job. So they have a lunch specials going on right now, $12.95 menu items. You got pastas on there, flatbread sandwiches. They got chicken cutlet sandwich, pancetta burger. A lot of good stuff there. Some of my favorites over at Brio Tuscan Grill, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show. A couple of hot listings here. You always like to feature our real estate properties live on air, and it helps our sellers sell faster for more money. You know, it's all about maximizing that exposure for our sellers. So we like to feature our properties on air. We got a beautiful Cobb's Landing property here at 3308 Landing Place, Palm Harbor, Florida. This is a private community on Lake Tarpon. This one's 3 bedrooms plus an office, 3.5 bath. You got a 2-car garage there, 3,000 square feet, 0.35 acre lot. You have a ground level master, private pool, outdoor entertainment area. You have a private marina with boat slips and ramp to Lake Tarpon. Gated tennis and basketball courts, waterfront park, playground, and scenic walking trails. Great opportunity to purchase real estate here at 3308 Landing Place in Palm Harbor. That would be a great landing for you and your family right here in Tampa Bay. You have also, let's take a look at our townhome that we've got. This is a townhome at 2547 Lexington Oak Drive, Brandon, Florida. We got a motivated seller here. The pricing is improved. We've dropped the price on this. It's got to be one of the best priced in the area, especially that 33511 zip. You got 3 bedroom, 3.5 bath, 1-car garage, 1917 square feet, new flooring, fresh carpet, beautiful community pool, large community pool. Updated kitchen there, granite countertops, lighter color kitchen cabinetry, stainless steel appliances, and a gated community at 2547 Lexington Oak Drive, Brandon, Florida. And you can see all of our real estate listings. And if you're buying, selling, investing, or refinancing, we would love to talk to you. Stop by our website at platinummvpteam.kw.com. Somewhere sunny. All right, Daniel White, welcome back in, sir.
Thank you. How you doing, man?
Yeah, man. Blessed and highly favored, brother.
I understand.
Yeah.
How's the new baby?
Yeah, doing great. You know,
getting any sleep?
It's overrated.
Oh, I got you.
Sleep's overrated.
Yeah.
You know.
All you need is like 5 hours.
Yeah, that's all.
You got to be up at 5:30 before everybody else gets up.
It'd be nice to get it 5 consistent hours, but it'll be all right. We'll be fine.
I was listening a few minutes ago. Did you say you got your mortgage broker's license?
I did.
Very nice, man.
Yeah.
When did you get that?
Got the mortgage loan originator license probably about 6 months ago, something like that. Yeah.
All right. Fantastic.
Yeah.
I need to get you some insurance quotes on those listings that you have right there.
Let's do it. We should put those in MLS, shouldn't we?
Absolutely.
Just upload them all up in there.
Do it all day long, man.
Yeah.
All day long.
Yeah.
Makes it easy. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That way your lenders, you could see what the DTI is. Is it going to work? Is it not going to work? Stuff like that. So, absolutely.
Yeah. Perfect. I love that. We got about 40 of them to get that done. So that's great. Yeah, I love that idea. You know, and that's a good point you bring up too. When you look at when you're buying a property, when you're buying real estate, it helps to have all of the unknowns out there in the open. So that's why I like a lot of times too on my listings, especially if they're 10, 15 years old, a little bit older home. Yep. I want to get that pre-inspection, that upfront inspection done. Sometimes the owners won't go along with it because it's a little bit of a spend. You got to talk to Jay Smith, a Snoop inspection, get the Snoop Dog out there, let them take a look. But for $300 to $500, depending on the square footage and the size, it's a smart move, right?
100%, as well as it's going to separate yourself, right? So if you have a seller and they're interviewing agents and you're bringing up, hey, we should do a pre-inspection to listing this property. The other agent may just be wanting to list the property, right? They're not bringing that stuff up. So you're bringing a bag of tools to help you become that listing agent and separate yourself from the game. Yep. I think it's a smart move, 100%.
And another thing that comes up from time to time, you have some of these permitting issues because sometimes it's a contractor just wanting to save money, cut corners. Sometimes it's a homeowner that just doesn't know. Like, okay, so I closed in a wall. Does that mean I need to pull a permit? I put a water heater in. Does that mean I need to pull a permit? I put windows in. What are you seeing on the insurance space? Because that can throw some wrenches in the deal.
It can. So to answer your question, right, permits definitely can hold things up, especially when it comes to the roof. That's a huge item. We live in Florida. We understand that there's hurricanes all the time, right? So we want to make sure that those permits are closed. The biggest problem that I see as an insurance agent is the first permit will be pulled. They'll put the roof on. You pay that final premium. It's a beautiful roof. You're a homeowner. You don't understand that they need to go back to the county and get that final inspection.
Close it out.
You don't care. You're looking at this pretty brand new roof and you're good to go, And so you may not get another insurance policy for a year or for 2 years. And then all of a sudden I'm like, hey, you've got an open permit or there's not a finalized permit. So it can hold up things on insurance, especially with new listing or with new closings, 100%.
Yeah. And have you ever seen this play out as well, Daniel? We're talking with Daniel White. SSW Insurance Agency here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. When you have, let's say, for example, you put in updated windows. The home was had original windows. You put in some updated. The contractor didn't pull permits, or maybe the owner says, "Hey, let's save some money. Let's not." Can an insurance company come back later and deny a claim because of not having permits? I mean, is that?
I need to be careful on that one because I don't hold that license, right? So I can't answer that.
The safe answer might be possibly.
Correct, right? I will tell you on credit size, insuring a property when you're redoing the windows, it's everything. It's all the windows. It's your garage door. It's your tiny little bathroom window. It's all doors leading to the house. Those all need to be hurricane rated to receive credits for that.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, that's a good point. Let's stay on that topic then. What can I do to reduce my premiums? Because a lot of people are hurting right now. Affordability, as we know, it's getting better. The economy's moving in the right direction. We got some external dollars coming in from that external revenue service, aka tariffs. So we're moving in the right direction. But a lot of people are still hurting out there, Danny. What do you say in terms of, hey, here's some credits that you can get, maybe security systems, things like that?
First and foremost, call the agency, 813-999-2195. We're here to help, right? Whether you bind with us or not, let us help you out. So any home, older home, built before 2002, if your agent hasn't mentioned to you about a wind loss mitigation, that is the biggest inspection report. It's going to give you the most credit you could possibly get.
Wind mitigation.
Yep. Okay. So the biggest thing that we see in the agency is maybe you have the FBC, meaning that permits and everything were pulled. It meets the hurricane codes. Your roof deck attachment nails are there, but you don't have hurricane clips or single wraps inside the attic holding these trusses together. So there's guys out there, one-man nail, stuff like that, will come in and they will install these straps. That credit could be substantial.
So essentially that's going into the attic, putting extra attachments onto the roof, onto the trusses.
You have to have 3 nails in those straps. Okay. Some people, older homes, may have 2.
Yeah.
Right? And so they don't qualify. So it's just hiring a contractor or someone to come in and install that last nail. Or putting them in brand new, right?
Yeah.
So, and that's huge. That's the biggest credit that I see. Give you an example. I did a quote last week for somebody without any credits. It was like $3,200. When the wind mitigation report came back, it dropped the premium down to $2,100.
Nice.
It's a nice savings.
That's a big deal.
It's huge.
I love that.
It's huge.
So that's a good tip.
Peace of mind. I think it's peace of mind, right?
Okay.
You do get a little bit of a discount there,
Yeah.
right? There are companies now in Florida that are providing multi-policy discounts.
Okay.
Check with your agent. Give us a call. We have one or two of those companies that do that. You get a nice little discount for a bundle.
Bundle
Yep.
it. Got it.
So that there, gated communities help out as well. There's a small little discount there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that gated community. Now, then you also, another way if you wanted to save money, but here's the, on the back end, you're going to pay. So if you want to lower that premium, what are you going to do to your deductible? Right?
Yep.
You're going to raise that deductible.
Raise the deductible, lower the premium.
Yeah.
Right?
But
Lower deductible, higher the premium.
Yeah. And it's a trade-off. You got to be careful because a lot of people don't realize if you do have that catastrophic loss, you have that worst case scenario play out, sometimes the policies, they don't realize because you don't really think about these numbers. But can you walk us through an example? $500,000 home, you got a, what is it typically, like a hurricane, on your hurricane, you're going to be what, 2% or?
I think the average is 2%, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, right now people are trying to save money. And so if they can get away with a 5% hurricane deductible, they can. That's tough.
And is that on the structure? Or is that on the value, the structure, the policy
yeah,
amount?
So if it's a $500,000 home at 5%, your deductible for hurricane is $25,000.
Yeah, so that's...
So if your roof is $30,000, you're getting $5,000.
Yeah.
Technically.
Yeah, you're paying that 25 first, and then your insurance kicks in.
Yeah.
So if you had flood damage, whatever it might be, you have to factor that in, and that's why we're really big on having that 6 months savings in the bank. That's a question to ask, right? I mean, how many people have that 6 months of all your expenses sitting in a bank account just in case, right?
Yeah. So I like to tell my clients this, right? Pick a number. So if your premium, just easy numbers to explain, if we said that your homeowner's insurance was $1,000, if your insurance went up $100 next year, you're just going to eat it. You're just going to go with it. Pick a number. If it goes up $300, call your agent.
Okay.
Give them a call. Let them quote it.
Yeah.
The cost of business goes up. It doesn't matter what the business is, right?
Right.
It goes up. So pick a number. If it's $200, if it's $300 increase, hey, I'm going to call my agent.
Yeah.
I want them to requote me. See what they can do.
Well, let's do this right now. Why don't you just call the hotline, 813-917-1894. Listen, Daniel, I've known Daniel for many, many years. He's friends of friends, and let's get him some looks. Let's get him some reviews. Because you'll do a review, right? So if somebody says, "Hey, I've got home here, I got auto here, I got property casualty," let's let Daniel take a look at some policies here, folks, and let him look and see what you're currently paying. Hey, here's an option. And he might say, "Hey, you're in great hands. Good job. Stay there. You're doing a good job." 813-917-1894. Daniel White, local company. Like-minded, worldview. The Consumer Quarterback Show. Reach out to the program, consumerqb.com. You can submit an email there if you're driving. Just go to the website, consumerqb.com. Let us know what kind of policies you have, what kind of insurances you're looking at, and we'll have Daniel take a look at that and get you a quote on it and see what. And do you have any success stories where you've had people call in and they're just overpaying, or maybe they're paying on old numbers, right? The story about maybe potentially the widow who her husband passed and he was kind of in charge of that, and she's just been paying the premium every year.
I mean, you kind of stole my thunder there.
Right.
It happens all the time. They walk in, and they're just very comfortable. We all get comfortable in what we're paying. We're like, or it auto renews, right?
Yep.
If you're not checking what your monthly renewals are and stuff like that, you don't know. So I've had a couple of retirees come in and, they're paying $5,000, $6,000. I won't name any companies. They've been with them for 10, 15 years.
Yep.
They have all the updates. They have all the credits, roof, shape, hip roof. It's like, hey, this is what you could be paying. It's the same coverages. I'll take the checklist of coverages that they currently have.
Yep.
I'll show them the checklist of coverages that we can write them with. It matches up, and the savings is $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. I mean, it's insane, man.
It is.
It is important, especially now. Take a look.
Yeah.
Get a hold of your deck page, get it emailed to you, so you have a PDF file. If you have it in a safe, get your hands on it, take a look at it. And most importantly, look over the checklist. Make sure you have the coverages that you that you desperately want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a hurricane checklist out there if people reach out to and they want to say, hey, I need a hurricane checklist? You got something like that too?
Absolutely.
All right. Reach out to the show, 813-917-1894, consumerqb.com. Quick break, more with Daniel White coming up. He is the owner of SSW Insurance Agency, sswinsurancequote.com, and consumerqb.com. You can see all of our expert contributors listed there as well on the site. Thank you so much for supporting the Consumer Quarterback Show. Follow us online. We'd love to connect with you at Brandon Rimes 1 at CQB Show. And please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Our producers got that thing running in high gear. We're getting about 30,000 views every 7 days on our YouTube channel. Views are up 800%. So check us out there on YouTube as well. Quick break, right back. More with Danny White.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my friend Brandon Rimes. Do not touch that dial. I'll come right to the radio and grab your throat.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Did you know that we buy houses cash? We can close quickly for a all-cash offer on your real estate properties, residential, commercial, even vacant land. We'll buy your property cash. No cleaning, no showings, and no hassles. You can even possibly stay in your home post-closing. Call Brandon at 813-917-1894. Submit the email at consumerqb.com or call 813-917-1894, consumerqb.com. We buy houses cash and fast. Attention business owners, did you know we have 100% financing options available? Our no money down program offers 100% financing for business owners. If you are currently leasing your commercial space, you can purchase real estate for no money down. Additionally, the program offers money for working capital, equipment, and business fixtures. You can even pay off current business debt. Reach out at 813-917-1894. Call or text 813-917-1894. brimes at kw.com. And that is our 100% financing, no money down program for business owners. We would love to help you buying, selling, or investing in real estate. 813-917-1894. brimes at kw.com. Ours Creole Smokehouse, the official Pinellas County restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Say hello to Doug Clark, chef and owner Doug Clark, 310 East Tarpon Avenue, Tarpon Springs, ourscreole.com. Ours Creole Smokehouse, 310 East Tarpon Avenue, Tarpon Springs, ourscreole.com. Excellent food, wonderful ambiance. Say hello to our friend Doug Clark. If you're facing an insurance claim, don't just trust the insurance company to have your best interests at heart. This is Brandon Rimes, Consumer Quarterback Show. Reach out to rightwaypa.com, our friend Derek Coble at rightwaypa.com. Looking to level up your sales game? With 20 plus years of coaching experience spanning across several industries, Lindsay Rimes helps everyone from entry-level reps to seasoned business owners boost sales, improve work-life balance, and retain top talent with customized options catered to personal, group, or corporate settings. Brandon and Lindsay Rimes offer training on negotiation strategy, business development, and more. Let's grow your business together. Call 813-917-1894. That's 813-917-1894. Submit an email at consumerqb.com.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes. Online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
All right, welcome back. Brandon Rimes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, always serving you as a consumer advocate, your local real estate economist of choice. You know, we take great pride in understanding the market dynamics, advising our clients in the best possible way for their scenario. Each person has their own individual scenario, and we want to make sure that we're advising in that space, whether you're buying, selling, investing. Maybe you're looking at a refinance. Maybe you're looking at insurance. We got Daniel White joining us here in studio with us on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Another great example of our local area business owners, expert contributors here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team. at Keller Williams Realty. We got a couple of hot listings here. 700 Physicians Court. This one's in Leesburg. Physicians Court in Leesburg. This is a interesting piece of land. It's over half acre. It's R3 zoning, but it's medical. So this is specifically suited for medical professionals. Leesburg area, growing area, just outside of Polk County there. Great opportunity to buy real estate, buy some dirt, build that business, move your practice there, and it's Physicians Court's Medical Plaza Drive, highly desirable corner, 700 Physicians Court, Leesburg, Florida, 12255 US Highway 27. This one's in Ocala, Florida. We got beautiful property here, and check out that beautiful photography compliments of Fabre Frameworks. Those green pastures there, looks gorgeous. 3 acres of vacant land in the heart of Florida. That's Ocala, Florida. That's horse country up there, Danny. Build your dream home up there. Establish that world-class farm, tranquility of country living. Great opportunity there. Close to the prestigious Golden Ocala Country Club just around the corner. 12255 North US Highway 27 Ocala. And you can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
This is God's country.
All right, so Danny, we're both with on Will's Way Foundation with our good buddy Captain Will Smith. You actually, what do they call it, officialed his wedding, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I did, man. I did. Actually, I just got asked last week to go and do another one, man. So that's kind of exciting.
Yeah, that's fun.
First for me. So now I'm all in now.
Yeah, there you go. So Will's Way, great mission there, raising money for the local community, raising money for hurricane victims last year, and had a really fun time at the gala. That was really cool at Tampa International Airport there. Private gala, private jets. We had Mike Gallagher as the MC. We had Porsches, Ferraris, all kinds of high-end luxury items there. Well, a lot of fun.
I was informed that it was amazing. I had a softball tournament that Saturday, so I couldn't make that, and so I really Will let me know that I wasn't there on Sunday.
I'm sure he did. He's got a way about that, doesn't he?
Yeah.
That's cool. Will has a way. That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Will's Way Foundation. So yeah, stay tuned for more information there, and doing a lot too with Gray Bull Rescue. Brian Stern, that whole team pulling orphans out of Haiti that are, the Haitians that are, basically being overrun by gangs now down there, doing a lot of stuff overseas. So, yeah, I wanted to, kind of go back to you. Final thoughts, top tips, things to think about. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I want to touch base really quick on the Florida, the hurricane, right? The checklist that you mentioned. So let's just put it out there. So I definitely think the first portion is make sure you have your insurance policy. Make sure you have your resources, right? Make sure if you've got home, you got flood insurance. Make sure you have all those documents in order, right? Then next, I would tell people here in Florida, home preparation. And what I mean by that is tree limbs. Make sure that those are cut back from your house, right? If you have any loose gutters around the house, it's time to button them up. I will tell you personally, for me, it had to happen with Milton. I was mowing the yard yesterday. I looked, my fence. It's not attached to the house anymore. It's kind of wobbly because it probably just came loose with the storm or recent storm. So you need to button those things down, right? That's important, right? Yep. I think emergency supplies are important as well right now.
Yeah.
I would say probably at least minimum 3 days. You've got everybody in the house at least a gallon.
Yeah.
Be smart. Have your cars, vehicles gassed up, ready to go.
Yep.
We don't ever want to go to a shelter, but if you have to go to a shelter, I think it's important that you know where one's at.
Yeah.
Right? If you don't know where one's at, you don't know how to search that, and you can't figure it out on Google, give us a call at our agency. We'll help you out. We'll let you know where it's at for sure.
Yeah, find out what zone you're in, all those questions,
100%, man.
I like to buy, I just get those big waters too. I put those in the garage. I got about, maybe 20 or 30 of those things stacked up throughout the garage. And, I've got the food kits and all that good stuff. So
another cool little thing really quick is on Amazon. You can put it in your tub. It's a plastic bag. You just fill it up with water. It sits in your tub.
Yep.
And has a little nozzle.
Nice. That's a good idea.
Yep.
All right. Daniel White, check him out online. He's at SSWinsurancequote.com, also consumerqb.com. And thanks for joining us, man.
Pleasure, man. As always. Thank you.
All right. Coming up, Ron Fuller, Tri-County Metals, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show. We're going to talk roofing. We're going to talk Florida-owned and operated business manufacturing right here in the great state of Florida. Quick break, right back.
This is Work Done, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rimes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rimes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. We got Ron Fuller joining us in studio. Tri-County Metals, tricountymetals.com, your manufacturer of Florida metals, all your metals here in Florida, Trenton, Florida, Okeechobee, Florida, working with a lot of the other roofing companies in the state of Florida. So if you're a roofing company or if you know someone who is, you want to get them in touch with Ron. This way they're able to do business together and work together there and can save them some money and get them some quality products there with Tri-County Metals coming up here in just a moment. Before we do, quick shout out to our friends over at Heights Soft Wash, a longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show, Heights Soft Wash. And the owner is Ramin. He does a great job cleaning our real estate properties, pressure washing, the driveways, your fences, your house. HeightsSoftWash.com. Make sure you let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. All right, a couple of hot listings, then we'll jump right into it. We got 14420 Bailey Hill. This one is a listing of Jamie's on our team. She works really hard for her client. She's out there hustling every day, getting deals done. 3-acre agricultural zone property. This is unimproved land. You're surrounded by trees. You got other residential homes, larger ranch-style properties. Close access to Tampa, Crystal River. Jump on 50 and head toward the villages there in Orlando.
That's a beautiful property, Brandon.
Isn't it nice?
I know that area. We've got a branch in Brooksville. How do you all get such great listings?
Yeah, it's kind of our, our secret sauce there, man. We're working our Sphere database. We're working a lot of the phones on the expired cancels listings for sale by owners. But yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate that. This one, it's interesting too. When you're buying vacant land, there's a different set of due diligence there. You're going to make sure you get your surveys, make sure you know where your boundaries, your encroachments are. You're going to be doing soil testing sometimes. Hey, what type of soil is here? What's my percolation? That's a big key. If you got well water, you're going to make sure, hey, let's test the well water. Let's make sure we're not having, bacterias in the water, things of that nature, septic systems, things like that. Also, a big one is future land use. What type of zoning do I need to have? What can I put here? That's a big question that you see with vacant land. So check this one out at 14420 Bailey Hill Road, Brooksville, Florida. And we would love to help you buying, selling, investing. Of course, we are well versed in that. We take great pride in being your local real estate economist of choice and your personal Google for all things related to Tampa planning, auto industry, jets, private. You have also all different types of home service providers associated with this program. ConsumerQB.com. You can see links there at ConsumerQB.com. Here's another listing, 10129 Little Road. This is a commercial property. You have a retiring chiropractor, so the office is opened up. You've got right here 2,337 square feet, over an acre of land. You got an office for sale, so this is commercial building and land for sale. Flexible for a variety of professional, medical, or business uses. You're close to State Road 54, Highway 19 there. You got 2 curb cutouts. You got circular driveway, ADA compliant entrance ramp and bathrooms, over a dozen paid parking spaces. Great opportunity. Newer roof installed in 2020 as well, and a functional lit monument sign for high visibility for your business. Imagine your business relocating to 10129 Little Road, Newport Richey. And by the way, get 100% financing on some of these deals. SBA loans, our friend Andrew QB, U.S. Commercial Business Capital, 100% financing. That means zero out of pocket in most cases. 10129 Little Road, Newport Richey, Florida. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. That's right. Let's start off right there, Ron. Shout out to our veterans, our troops, our first responders, our paramedics, our, all those folks in that kind of that same line, man. Shout out to the vets out there, huh?
Oh, absolutely. We love you, first responders, veterans. We have our freedom because of you. God bless you all.
Yeah, man. And it is a hot summer. The heat is on, as they say.
Brandon, I got some heat statistics for you.
All right, let's do it.
Let me put on my glasses. So, the hottest place ever in recorded history.
Ooh.
Any guesses?
Gosh, where's that at? Going to be out in the desert? One of the deserts? In the U.S. or the world?
Well, in the world.
Sahara Desert.
Yeah.
I have to do Sahara.
See, I'd have said the same thing. And yes, there's some hot places. It's going to shock you. July 10th, 1913. It is probably named correctly. Furnace Creek Ranch, Death Valley, California, 134 degrees.
Oh, man. Good Lord.
So that brought me to obviously thinking about, as I always like to tie metal roofs, energy efficiency, the highest cost a kilowatt per hour. There's 2 states that top in the United States the highest cost for electricity. Any guesses on that one?
The highest cost for electricity?
Mm-hmm.
California.
Oh, good.
Absolutely.
Great job.
California.
You're absolutely right. California and New York, they're 22 cents a kilowatt versus Florida, we're 12 cents. Freedom, Florida.
Nice.
I love it.
Yeah. So, did you know the average shingle roof is between 100 and 200 degrees?
That's the roofing.
Yeah. So the hottest place on Earth, hottest recorded temperature, 134 degrees set back in 1913. But your roof every day in Florida is between 150 and 200 degrees.
Wow. Yeah. I hear you.
So any of you out there that are getting a new roof, please be kind to your installers. What a job they're doing right now in this heat.
Yeah.
Buy them waters, buy them pizza. Just take it easy on these folks. That's some hardworking people up there.
It is, yeah. Yeah, stay hydrated. Drink your electrolytes and water and fluids out there for sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're doing a job in Clearwater, six-story building, and wow, I was up there. And I mean, you don't realize how hot it is just a couple hundred feet in the air, and you're like, wait a minute, I'm in a different place.
Yeah.
It's wild. So the heat statistics are very interesting. You know, when you have a shingle roof that's getting hit every day, hotter than the hottest place on Earth, and then it gets super cooled by rain. Mm-hmm. So what's happening, that asphalt is constantly expanding, contracting, expanding, contracting. It's really difficult on a building structure when you go from, let's just say 200 degrees, 4 o'clock. See the steam rolling off the roads. Then it cools off. Then the sun comes back out, humidity city. Mm-hmm. And that's what your asphalt roof is dealing with on a daily basis.
Yeah, the expansion, you see that, and that causes a lot of issues, with older properties. See a lot of older properties. You have, the issues with the seals in some cases where the windows are going to seal. So those are all things to look at, especially, talk to Jay Smith, A Snoop Inspection, if you're doing inspections out there. That's, when you look at, when you think about the economy too, the economy's a little bit hot right now too, Ron. I got a clip I want to play, bringing it out a little macro. We'll come back in and talk more about Tri-County metals here too.
Good question. It's a little early to say, but I have to say I've seen a couple of, I think it was the New York Times of all places. Don't quote me on that. It was one of the more left-leaning publications saying, hey, Trump's policies on trade seem to be working. And I thought, wow, that's an admission. But how could you conclude otherwise? We have high growth. We've got a record high stock market. We've got 8 million surplus jobs. We've got fairly low inflation. It's a little higher than we'd like it to be, but fairly low. You got consumer confidence an all-time high. You got business confidence good. I mean, Charlie, point to me one thing that's going wrong.
Yeah, right. So you have a lot of good stuff going on, man. And I love the fact that you're manufacturing right here in the state of Florida. That's what I love about Tri-County Metals.
Economy, small businesses really are the backbone. I think when people think of businesses, they think of General Motors, they think of Apple. Apple employs a lot of slave labor in China, but I don't think that really counts.
Yeah, exactly. Big tech, that's a big problem with the EB-5 visa programs. Yep.
Right. And guess who's bringing a big plant here?
Oh man, there's a lot of people bringing big plants here now
because of the tariffs.
Yeah, there's a lot of that happening, right? Yeah. You got the AI infrastructure going in.
Yes.
Did you hear Mike Rowe? What was his name? He's the CEO of BlackRock, he said we need 500,000 electricians like immediately.
Yeah, and Mike Rowe, as you know, we love him. You should get him on the show.
It'd be nice.
Yeah,
let's do it.
He's always been singing the song of let's get the VOTEC back. Vocations and really, when you're a contractor and you've got a skilled labor, you want to make money, you want to have a good future. There's a lot of people that go to college to sit at a desk. Have a trade.
Yeah.
How much do plumbers make? Electricians, framers.
They're needed. I mean, that's the deal, right? They're needed. You don't hear the CEO of BlackRock getting on stage at the AI and Energy Conference. Saying that we need more philosophy majors, or we need more. What's another one, right? What's the other? You look at these philosophy or poetry studies and humanities, and you need people that are actually going to be hitting the ground running and working with their hands and getting out there. And he had a good point too. He mentioned when they took shop class out of the high schools. Right. When you take shop class out of the high schools, you pretty much eliminate that from the thoughts of a maturing adult, a young adult, right? A teenage kid that's maturing. He doesn't think about the fact that, hey, people can make things with their hands. I remember in shop class, I cut the little thin wood, and you made a little football helmet, and you painted it the color that you wanted.
I'm sure you did. You thought of a football helmet first.
We had a football helmet, and you had on the back, you had the little mechanical thing, and it moved the hands, and you had a clock. You made a clock, at shop class. But that was pretty cool. At least it opened up your mind to the possibility that, hey, I don't have to be a doctor, lawyer, engineer. Maybe I might want to work with my hands. Maybe I might want to make things.
Yeah, and AI is going to replace computer-type jobs, but AI is not going to build and plumb a home.
Right. Exactly.
And it's interesting, Brandon. I never thought of the idea that it just gets out of people's, horizon. Yep. But that makes a lot of sense. I'm old, but I'm not that old. Well, kind of. But VOTEC was huge. It's all relative. There was guys that knew they wanted to be a body shop, or they wanted to be a home builder.
Yep.
Or anything that might have to do with being out in the fields using your hands.
Yeah, outdoors.
Not everybody's made to sit in front of a desk.
Yep, exactly. You could also, I bet you could draw a correlation from elimination of shop class and some of the outdoor, the PE, some of that kind of thing.
Yes.
And a direct correlation just a few years later with, these kids are hyperactive or they're OCD and they need to have these pills, which a lot of times these pharmaceuticals, they have heavy metals in them. They have, all this crazy stuff in it. So the kids, especially the young men, they need to be active. They need to be using their hands. We're just naturally more, masculine, more muscular. Yes. We want to be utilized. We want to be sweating in a lot of cases, right? We want to be outside working.
I mean, is it surprise any teacher that a 7-year-old boy's being a little fidgety in class? You got to wear him out a little bit.
Yeah.
Recess wore us out. Gym class wore us out. I mean, that was the idea.
Yeah, exactly.
And obviously that's natural.
Yeah.
We have energy. And I tell you, I'm excited about the future.
Yeah.
I feel like we're getting a handle on poor food choices, things that we shouldn't be eating. There's some common sense that seems to be returning to our country.
It really does. And one of my favorites too is Rand Paul, his son. Ron ran for President.
Ron's a great name. That's what it is.
Listen to this one. Yeah. By the way, we're talking with Ron Fuller in studio. Tri-County Metals, tricountymetals.com. Check this one out. This was interesting. This is his son, Rand.
Since 2008, the Federal Reserve has been quietly paying interest on bank deposits, turning a temporary anti-inflation measure into a massive windfall for Wall Street, rich bankers, and even foreign banks. These payouts have exploded. They were $5 billion a year. Now they're a staggering $186 billion a year. This is money the Fed is actually paying to very wealthy banks in New York and around the world, even at the same time that the Fed was running losses for taxpayers.
So they're taking our tax dollar, and they're supposedly this independent, but you can see leading up to the election, they did all these jobs reports, they did all these interest rate cuts to help Biden, try to get Biden elected. so we know who.
False job reports. That's one of the reason the lady got fired.
Yeah. So because it went both ways, right?
Yes.
She was being one way for Trump, the other way for Biden. But yeah, it's the Federal Reserve. What a crooked thing it is, man. It really is.
Well, a lot of people don't realize Federal Reserve. It says federal. It's nothing to do with our country.
Nothing federal about it.
Nothing federal. We don't have any oversight. It started in 1913. Woodrow Wilson passed the federal income tax law, Christmas vacation recess of Jekyll Island, Georgia, in fact, is where it happened. That was the first year we had income tax.
Yeah.
And income tax, they say, was designed to bail out the foreign bankers. So. Yeah,
and then you look at the external revenue source. Look how Trump is just totally rethinking and almost just setting like a paradigm shift. Yes. Like earlier before we mentioned, you take shop out of school. That's a paradigm shift for kids. They didn't even know shop existed. But now you have Trump going external, going to other countries, saying, hey, wait, you're not ripping us off anymore. And you got all these dollars flying in, $150 billion in tariff revenues that have been raised thanks to the leadership of our great president.
Leadership. Absolutely. Right. And, we need the rates cut. There's no reason why the rates are not being cut. That is the last linchpin where you just pull it and it's going to be explosive growth.
Big time. There's so many people that have pent-up demand, so many seniors living in a big house that they just can't really afford to move because they got a 3% rate. There's so many scenarios out there. So, yes, once we cut those rates, the economy is going to continue to boom. That's happening. We got to take a quick break here. Ron Fuller in studio with us. Support the local economy by supporting Tri-County Metals. Introduce Ron to any of your roofer friends out there. Ron works with retail roofers. He's wholesaler. He's selling all these great metals to put on the roofs, and they're manufactured right here in the great state of Florida. Trenton, Florida, Okeechobee, Florida, doing all their manufacturing here. So I love working with these companies based in America, based in Florida, and supporting the local economy by supporting the Consumer Quarterback Show. Quick break, right back.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. Please make sure to send him all of your real estate deals and subscribe to the Consumer Quarterback Show podcast on iTunes and Spotify, or check out our YouTube channel. Have a blessed day.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Long lines at the airport? Check out Tampa Bay's premier private jet source. I'm Brandon Rimes for Will Smith Aviation. Aircraft management, acquisition, and sales, luxury jet escapes, and packages. Check them out online. WillSmithAviation.com. That's WillSmithAviation.com. Or call the show. I'll put you right in touch directly with Captain Will Smith. AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com for all of your non-woke, American-made products. American values, Christian, conservative American values. Say hello to my business partner, Jim McCune at AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com. DavidReynoldsJewelryandCoin.com. Say hello to Shane Socash, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show, 4009 Central Avenue, St. Petersburg. Online at DavidReynoldsJewelryandCoin.com for all of your precious metals and jewelry design. DavidReynoldsJewelryandCoin.com. Hey, Brandon Rimes here for Jason Coble, owner of Coble Law. Coble Law has been handling injury cases in Tampa for the past 14 years and has a specialized approach focused on limiting client cost and maximizing client profit. TampaWorkCompLaw.com, TampaWorkCompLaw.com. Jason Coble, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show, personal injury law, and work comp law. Hey, Brandon Rimes here for our friends at TargetSurveying.net for all of your surveying needs. Land surveying firm providing services for real estate since 1992, and they are statewide. Check them out online, TargetSurveying.net. That's TargetSurveying.net. Selling commercial, vacant land, or residential properties? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rimes. You can reach me at 813-917-1894. Call or text 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. That's consumerqb, like quarterback.com. Buying, selling, investing, or refinancing? We would love to talk to you. Thank you so much and have a blessed day.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback. Brandon Rimes. Online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
Yeah, a lot of the good conversations are between the break, right? I want to repeat kind of what we were just saying. We talked about, you said 1913 was the first tax return.
Yeah, Woodrow Wilson, it was Christmas recess. He was in Jekyll Island, Georgia.
Yeah.
When people weren't paying attention, and he passed the Federal Reserve Act, which coincided with the Federal Income Tax and the Federal Reserve Act.
Yeah, so they can manipulate the money supply and flood the money with when they have certain presidents in, and when they have somebody they don't like, they do the opposite. But so I was just saying how I love this external revenue source,
Yes.
and we might be getting a check. They might be sending some money our way, Ron. Thanks to DJT and I love it because it's going to be other people's money this time. It's going to be the external revenue service. So we're going to be getting a little bit of EU money coming our way, and some other countries too that have been paying big time, to us. So that's
economically, we are the 800-pound gorilla, and we've let everybody take advantage of us.
Yeah.
Every country, of course, they're going to take advantage of us. It'd be crazy not to.
Sure.
Now we've got leadership that says, those days are over.
Yeah, it's the previous country, the administration. Bare minimum, they get the good old boys country club stuff going on, and it's and it's the Bushes, it's the Clintons, it's the Obamas, it's the same people, right? It's the same people, and they had it set up so perfectly for basically George Bush #3 coming in, or So, anyways, but Trump threw them all off, and that's why I love where we're at right now. So, tell me a little bit more about Tri-County Metals. You've got heat. The heat is on this summer, and the advantages of metal roofs. I think because they're reflecting a lot of that heat, right?
Exactly. So we've determined 134 degrees, hottest place on earth. Your roof is the hottest place on earth in Florida every day. And the beautiful thing about metal is obviously the longevity, holds up in the winds, but it's the everyday your electric bill. The heat gets reflected. It doesn't stay in the material like it does with an asphalt shingle, for example. And so not only is it reflecting the heat, but it's not holding the heat. A great example would be if you have a wrench sitting out on a pavement. The asphalt's going to be hot. You can pick that wrench up, and that wrench cools off quickly. Metal doesn't hang on to the heat.
So the surface temperature is gone. It dissipates quicker than
like
water, for example. Water's slow to do that, right? That's why you see the Gulf of Mexico, Gulf of America.
Yes.
Slowly. They talk about that, right? That's part of the hurricane season, et cetera.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's interesting.
So your attic. If you go up in your attic in the middle of the night, I always say 2:00 in the morning, your shingle attic is still going to be hot.
Yeah.
And the sun has been down quite a while.
Right.
But that heat gets held. It's held in there. So you want to reflect the heat, number one, and number two, you want that material that's protecting your home to not hang on to the heat.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. Are they spraying? Do people that put the metal on? Are they doing the vented where you're pumping the air out, or at least there's air circulation with your baffles? Because I learned all that when I was building my house. You got baffles on the outside, right, that lets the air in, and then you got where it's going to flow up. And then some people have the sprayed, that foamy material on the inside. What are you seeing most of the time?
So if you have the spray foam, think like a cooler. Spray foam is pretty common.
Insulation,
yeah, it's real common in high-end homes. You'll see a lot of tile homes or a lot of high-end homes that the $1 million homes will typically have that foam sprayed because the foam's pricey.
Yep.
Most homes have an R19 or R38 fiberglass in your attic, and then you want to create a vortex, so you'll have heat rising and it goes out through your soffit. And you're going to have one of two types of vent. You'll either have a ridge vent, which is the best. That's the highest point. It also aesthetically looks the best.
Yeah.
So that heat's rising, pulling out of there. Some shingle roofs have what we call an off-ridge vent.
Yeah.
And those are those boxes you see.
So Ron is your expert for all things metals, TriCountyMetals.com. Reach out to the show. We'll put you right in touch with Ron Fuller. Hook him up with your roofing friends out there. That's who he sells to. He's essentially wholesaling the metals to the retail roofers. So reach out to the show. Ron, thanks for coming in, man.
Great as always, Brandon.
Always fun catching up. Hey, another great show. We had Daniel White on the front end, our insurance expert, and we want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another. Be a force for good in the community. And we'll see you next time here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Call Brandon Rimes at 813-917-1894. That's 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show.